Hello student, today we are going to start our new chapter, that is your second chapter, polynomial. Now firstly tell me that what is a polynomial? It is a new thing for you. Before this you have studied about algebraic expression, variable, constant. Okay, so first thing is that tell me what is the variable. Variable generally you denote it with the help of x, y, z, and any other you can also take, and the main thing is that it always keep changing. It's always keep changing. And now what about the constant term? These are the fixed numerical values for a particular question. We can represent it as a, b, c, d, and where a can be 2, in any other a can question a can be 3 and a can be 5 also. Okay, so now the what is the arithmetic operation? Arithmetic operation, generally you have 4 arithmetic operation, that is your plus, minus, multiplication and division. With the help of these three, combination of this and connected by this is known as your algebraic expression. Combination of variable and constant and connected with the arithmetic operation is known as your algebraic expression. Let's take one example here, that is your 4x square plus 3y. This is your, and this is, these two are your variables and constant combination. Okay, combination of variable and constant and connected by with sign positive. That means your, this is called your algebraic expression. Same as one more example we have written here. Now come to your main things, that is your polynomial. Polynomial is a type of algebraic expression. Okay, an algebraic expression in which the variables involved have only non-negative integral power. That means it can be also whole numbers. That means you have the algebraic expressions and variable have only non-negative power. It can't be, it cannot be fractional form. It cannot be in negative form. Okay, so here this is your algebraic expression, and here the power is 3, x power 3. So it is whole number. 3x square, power x power is 2, and here x power 1. That means every x variable have power whole number. Okay, if I will write that x under root x plus 4, is it is the polynomials form? No. Why? Because you can write under root as square root 1 by 2. That means x power 1 upon 2 plus 4. That means it is not a form of polynomial. It is not a form of polynomial. One more. If I will write x square plus 4 upon x plus 6. Is it is a polynomial? This is a polynomial. X square and 4 upon x plus 6. No, this is also not a polynomials form. Why? Because 4 upon x, that means it will goes upside and become x power minus 1 plus 6. Power is here negative. So it is not a polynomial. Okay. Now terms. What is the meaning of a term? Generally, this is your algebraic expression, part of polynomial separated by positive or negative sign. That means these are your terms because they are separated by positive or negative sign. Okay, so this is your first term, second, third and fourth. Here how many terms? 4 terms. And for this is first term, this is your second terms. Okay, they are separated by positive or negative sign. Now what about the coefficient? Each term of a polynomial has a coefficient. Each term, that means every term have a coefficient which is constant associated with the term. Just like for this is your term 4x cube. Here coefficient is your 4. Each term of a polynomial has a coefficient which is a constant associate. That means which will be the constant. Here 3x square, its coefficient will be 3. For this 6y square, its coefficient will be 6. For this minus 6x. The polynomial chapter, next concept is degree of a polynomial. Degree of a polynomial. Generally, degree. Highest power of the variable in a polynomial is your degree. Highest power of the variable in the polynomial is your degree. So there are two types of, according to the degree of a polynomial, there is two types of degree you have to find. First thing is in one variable, and in second one is two or more variable. That means suppose here we have taken one example, 4x cube plus 6x plus 9. Okay, suppose this is your polynomial. For which variable? X. So we will write it px. You can write it as so qx, rx, any other, but main thing is that it is for the variable x. So we were writing here x. It can be for the variable y, it can be for the variable t also. Any other variable you can also choose. So here degree, highest power of the polynomial, its x power is 3. Here x power is nothing is there, that means 1. So highest power is 3. That means the degree is here 6. 3. The degree is here 3. Now it is, first thing is it is for the one variable, and the second is degree for the two or more variable. So here for the one variable it is only x. Here is there any other variable? It is 2x power 4 minus 6x cube plus 4x plus 1. Is there any other variable other than x? No. Everywhere here x. Okay. So it is x power 4, x power 3, x, and here nothing, that means x power 0. That means it is the highest power will be your 4. That means the highest power is 4. So degree will be here 4. The second thing is that when you have two or more variable, in the example it is 6x cube minus 5x square y square plus 2xy plus 6y plus 9. Here it is your x, and it is also the other variable your y. It is your first variable x, and it is the second variable also y. So here you have more than one variable. It can be more than two variable also, but here there is only two variable, that is x and y. Now for this you will do the sum of the powers of the variable, in each term. So here 6x cube, that is nothing is there, none other variable here. So power will be 3. Here 5x square y square. When we add these two power, it get 4. And when it is here x power 1, y power 1, it become 2. And here only 1, y, that is 1. And here 3. That means the highest power this is here 4. That means here the degree of this polynomial will be 4. Firstly you have to add up all the powers of the each term. That means here only one term, that one variable, so it is x power 3. Here x square and y square, that means 4. Here x power 1 and y power 1, that means on adding these become 2. That means the highest power is your 4. So degree of this polynomial will be 4. This is the classification of polynomial. Earlier we have studied about the degree of the polynomial. Now next is your classification of polynomial. We have categorized polynomial according to their characteristics. Okay. So first thing is on the basis of their number of term. Second one is on the basis of their degree of variable. So firstly on the basis of number of term. So tell me, this is your first polynomial, this is second, this is first polynomial, second polynomial, this is your first polynomial. Okay. You can take any other example also. So how many terms are here? This is only one polynomial, that is suppose this is px equal to. So how many terms here? Number of terms is only 1. This is suppose your px equal to 3x cube. Now tell me how many terms are here? Only 1. How many terms here? 1, 2. 2 terms. Here this is your one term. This is your one term, second term. How many terms? 2 terms. Here 1, 2, 3. That means how many terms? 3 terms. So when there is only one term, polynomial containing only one non-zero term, it's called your monomial. Mono means only one. That means it's called your monomial. So it is your monomial. Second one, there is two non-zero term. So it is your bi, because the bi means 2. that means it is binomial. Bi means 2, so it become your binomial. Mono means 1, so it is your monomial. Now when you have 3 terms, it is your tri, because in a triangle have 3 sides. We called it triangle, that is tri means 3, so it is your trinomial. So when there is 1 term monomial, when there is 2 term binomial, when there is 3 term it is your trinomial. Now on the basis of their degree, when there is a polynomial containing only one constant term, a polynomial containing only one constant term, then it is called your constant polynomial. When there is the degree of the polynomial is 1, here the degree is 1, here the degree is 2, because the highest power is 2 here. Here the degree is 3, because the highest power is 3. And by quadratic the degree will be 4, that highest degree is 4, that means here 4. So when there is only polynomial containing one constant term, it's called your constant polynomial. When the a polynomial of degree 1, it's called your linear polynomial. A polynomial degree 2, it's called a quadratic polynomial. Now a polynomial of degree 3, it's called your cubic polynomial. A polynomial of degree 4, it's called your biquadratic. Okay, so in your course there is quadratic and cubic. So these are your classification of polynomial on the basis of their number of terms and on the basis of their degree of the variable. Topic is we are taking here. Firstly, we have studied that degree of the polynomial. Now, next topic will be your value of a polynomial. Value of a polynomial. So, we have taken here what is the value of a polynomial. Suppose px is a polynomial of in x variable. So, what is the value is of polynomial? If px is a polynomial in x, that means it is the in x variable. It can be any other, that means your y variables, t, any other, whatever you have given. It can be also y. Okay. So if px is a polynomial in x and if k is any real number, then the value obtained by replacing x by k in px, that means in that polynomial, is called a value of a polynomial at x equal to k. This is a type of definition, but the main thing is that we will understand this one with the help of a question. What is the value of a polynomial? You have given this is a polynomial px equal to x cube plus x square plus 4. This is your polynomial on which variable? On x variable. You have to find f2 or p2, that means polynomial at the value in which 2. Okay, so first thing is that you have given px equal to x cube plus x square plus 4 and you have to find at which value 2. Okay, so put x equal to 2 here. So it will be p2, we can write it as, and 2 cube plus 2 square plus 4, because it is x cube, so it become 2 cube plus x square, it 2 square plus 4. Now simplified, 2 cube that means 8, 2 square means 4 plus 4. Now add it, 8, 4 plus 4, 8, so it becomes 16. So what is the value of polynomial? This at the value of p2, so it become your p2 equal to 16. Now you will do these one. You have to find the values of the polynomial at which value, p5 at p5, at p minus 2 and p0, and at p we can take as 4. Okay, you have to find these value of this polynomial. For the same polynomial, it is x cube plus x square plus 4. So you have to find the values of p5, p minus 2, p0, p4, and for the same this polynomial, and this is called your polynomial, value of the polynomial. Before we have studied polynomial, value of the polynomial. Now our next one is zero of a polynomial. This is the main thing is here. You have earlier studied about it, yes, in the 9th class. But here, this is the main thing is here. What is the zero of a polynomial? What is a zero of a polynomial? We can say that a real number k is said to be zero of a polynomial px. A real number k, it can be any real number. It's said to be a zero of a polynomial px. This is for the which polynomial? For px. If pk equal to 0, that means at which value the polynomial becomes 0, so that will be the 0 of that polynomial. Okay. So first thing is here, we have taken here a polynomial px equal to 4x plus 4. This is your polynomial. So tell me that at which value of x it will be 0. At which value of x the polynomial this will become 0. So how we will do it? So first thing is that the polynomial you will take px plus 4 is equal to 0. Suppose you have taken that, it becomes 0. Now simplify it. Px equal to, this is positive 4 on the transport this, it goes there on the right hand side and become minus 4. So x equal to minus 4 upon it's become here and it is minus 1. For the value of x minus 1, this polynomial becomes 0. How? Put the value here. 4 into minus 1 become minus 4 plus 4. Minus 4 and plus 4, 0. That means for the value of x minus 1, this become your 0. That means this is the 0 of this polynomial for this polynomial. Okay. This is our next topic, division algorithm for polynomials. Division algorithm for polynomials. Now what is the division algorithm? As you know that in simply when we divide any number, suppose this is about a polynomial. Okay, so suppose we have taken here px and gx are the two polynomial with gx doesn't equal to 0. Then we can find polynomial qx and rx. What about the qx, rx, px, and g? Suppose we are giving the divide as gx on px. So obviously we will get some quotient and some remainder. Okay, this is the general long division method. When we divide any number with any other divisor, we get any quotient and also a remainder. Remainder can be 0. It's always be less than g. So here, what is the division algorithm? Division algorithm is dividend equal to divisor multiply quotient plus remainder, as you have studied. That is, when we divide any number, suppose you are dividing 19 with the help of 3. How much you will get? 3 6 are 18 and remainder is 1. Obviously, so here 19 equal to 6 3 is 18 plus 1 19. That means same process you will do. So here for the division algorithm, it is your px equal to gx multiply qx. That means dividend equal to divisor multiply quotient plus remainder. And remainder, what about the remainder? Remainder can be 0. Remainder can be 0 and or the degree of the remainder is always be less than the degree of divisor. Okay. So it's in your 9th class you have familiar about the division of the polynomials. So here one more thing is we are doing, this is a question of NCERT, first question 2.3. That means divide the polynomial px by the gx and find the quotient and remainder in each case. Okay, so you will divide this one here. Or one more thing is here, these questions is two different type. Check whether the polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial by dividing the second polynomial px by the first polynomial. That means when you divide this one with the help of this, if you get remainder 0, that means it is a factor of this one. But if in any case the remainder is something other than 0, that means that time this is not a factor of this. That means when the divisor completely divide the dividend, that means we can say that this is the factor of that one. But when the divisor does not divide the dividend completely, we will say that it is not a factor of this one. Okay, so now let's come to do this divide. So here you have given 2 minus x square. That is your gx equal to 2 minus x square. First thing is that form this one is as a, convert this as a standard form. So the standard form will be this one. Okay, x square, this is the quadratic equation. Why quadratic? Degree is 2. So here firstly you will take here ax square plus bx plus c, that means a square terms come firstly, so we have taken this one. Okay. Now the divide this one is as minus x square plus 2 and x power 4 minus 5x square plus 6. It is x square, it is x power 4, so we will take here minus x square, minus minus plus, so x power 4, x square x power 4, minus x square with the multiplier of second term, that is your plus minus minus x square into 2, 2x square. Sign change, these get cancelled out. Now here what is remainder? It is a 2x square with positive sign. It can't be calculated with this. Okay, so it is minus 5x and plus 6. Now it is your minus 2. So this is your minus minus plus 2x square minus minus. So it will, we will write it here minus 4. Okay, so again sign change, cancel out, this become minus 4x my plus 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 6 plus 4 10. So this is your remainder. Okay, so we have divided this first polynomial to the second polynomial. We get the quotient as x square minus 2, and as the remainder it is 5 minus 5x plus 10. Here we are getting the as a remainder, that means we can see that this is not a factor of this one. If remainder will be 0, that time we will say it is. This is your factorization of the polynomial. So first thing is here we will study about the factor theorem. Okay, this is only for the factor theorem. So if there is any polynomial, we have suppose here fx, we have taken here fx be a polynomial of degree n greater than or equal to 1, that means it can't be less than 1. So the degree of the polynomial will be not less than 1, and a be any real number. If f a equal to 0, that means when we put the value of a in the polynomial it becomes 0, then we call that mean f x minus a will be the factor of fx. If you second condition you have, that means it is the first case, and in the second case for the factor theorem, if x minus is a factor of fx, then fa equal to 0, that means this is the converse of this. Okay, and this is first one is the converse of second and second is the converse of first. So you have to remember only one, other than you will get yourself. Now question, we are doing this with the help of one question. Here the question is using factor theorem whether gx equal to x plus 1 is a factor of px, that is you have given the polynomial. Here if the polynomial this, when we put the real numbers value here, it should be 0. Using factor theorem, whether you have to check that this is a factor or not. So first thing is that whether this is a factor or not. So suppose we will take that this is your factor. If by putting the value of x here it becomes 0, then we can see that this is a factor of, yes, this is a factor. So here firstly let x plus 1 is factor of px, polynomial px. So this gives by the using the factor theorem, if this is a factor, that means if this is a factor f equal to 0, that means x plus 1 equal to 0 and x equal to from here minus 1. Now put the value of x equal to minus 1 in px. Put here 2 in place of x we will put minus 1 cube plus x square, that means 1 square, minus 2 and here minus 1 and minus 1. Now after simplification 2 1 cube, that is minus 1, 1 square, that is 1, and 2 into minus 1 minus 2 and here minus 1. So here minus 2 plus 1 plus minus minus plus, and here minus 1. Plus and minus 2 get cancelled out, plus 1 and minus 1 get cancelled out. That means here we get 0. That means when we put, so that means px equal to 0. That means we can say that yes, gx is factor of px with the help of factor theorem. Okay, so when you have to check that whether this is, that is gx is a factor of px, so first thing is you will suppose that gx is a factor of px. So you, with the help of the factor theorem, if this is a factor, that means we can say that f a equal to 0. That means here x plus 1 becomes 0 and the value of x will be here minus 1. By putting the value here, after simplification we get 0. That means at the last we can say that yes, it is the factor of px. Factorization of the polynomial. We are doing one more question here. The question is a little bit changed. Find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of px. If this is a factor, that means we can say that x minus 1 equal to 0. So at x become your 1. Now put the value here. So p1 equal to 1 square plus here in place of 1 and plus k. And here it is equal to 0. And here 1 square is 1 plus 1 plus k. So here 2 plus k and here 0. That means the value of k will be minus 2. That means the value of the k is minus 2. So these are the two type of the question with the help of the factor theorem. First thing is whether you will check that whether the first one polynomial is a factor of other one or not. And the second one is your how to find the value of any other variable. This is your factorization of a quadratic polynomial. Earlier you have studied about factor theorem. Now factorization of a quadratic polynomial. Firstly tell me that what is the standard form of a quadratic polynomial. Standard form of a quadratic polynomial. It is your ax square plus bx plus c. This is your standard form of the quadratic polynomial. Now we are doing the factorization of the quadratic, only for the quadratic polynomial. In your 8th class you are familiar about the factorization. You have done their factorization with the help of common method, with the help of cancellation method. So here for the quadratic polynomial there is we will take two methods. The first one is your middle term split, second one is your factor method. So in the first one is your in the middle term split, as it is middle term split. So first thing is that you have to take the number firstly in the standard form. It should be in the standard form. Here x square, then x power 1 and then here s power 0. That means yes, it is in the standard form. Now you have to split the middle term. How you have to split this? On adding we have to get, on adding or subtracting we have to get minus 5x, and when we multiply these two we have to get first or last, that is 6x square. On adding we have to get minus 5, that means on adding or subtraction. On multiplication we have to get 6x square, matlab that means first or multiplication of first and last term, that is 6x square. So tell me any two numbers whose sum or subtract is, on subtracting we get 5x and on multiplication we get 6x square. It's your 3 2s are 6, that means it's your 3x and 2x. It is correct. On multiplying we get 3 2s are 6 x square. Now it is your subtraction. So we will take both sides, sign is minus, because minus minus become plus and we get here minus. On adding minus minus plus 3 plus 2 5, it become your minus 5x. Here this is the split. We have split the middle term. First remain as it is, last remain as it is. Here these sign are the most important thing in this question. You have to keep in mind that what is the sign is here and you have to take what the sign is here. Okay, now it's become very easy. You have to take common from the first two and you have to take the common from the second last. Now it's here x is common here, so it is become x minus 3. From here we will take the minus 2 common. When we take the minus common here, it's become positive. 2s common, it become only x. Here positive, minus we have taken common, so it become minus. 2s common, so it become 2 3s are, because 2 3s are 6. 2 into x 2x, x into x x square, x into 3, that is your 3x. Now these two brackets are same, so we will take as common. Now remaining 2 we will put in another bracket. So these are your factor of with the help of the middle term split. Okay, this is the middle term split. First thing is you have to factorization of a quadratic polynomial. Now we are doing this question as earlier we have done. Same this question we are doing with the help of the factor theorem. So this is your x square minus 5x plus 6. It should be in the standard form, and the main thing is here a should be 1. That means a should be, that means here it is 1. So it is already in the standard form and a is here 1. Now take the last term. Here take the last term and constant term, that means possible factor of constant term, factor of 6 is equal to, now tell me that first thing is you have to, here the coefficient of the x square is 1, so we do not need to write in, and that means fractional form. And the second thing is that you have to take the possible factor of the 6. It could be plus 1 minus 1, plus 2 minus 2, plus 3 minus 3, and plus minus 6. That means factor is divide the number completely. That means 1 can be divide, minus also can be 2, also can be divide 6 completely. So these are the possible factor of 6. Now you have to put the values of these in this polynomial, that is suppose it's your px, and you have to check that in which value you are getting 0. On putting these values randomly you take, or one by one you can take. Now at which value you will get the 0, px equal to 0, those will be your factor. So suppose x equal to 2, you can firstly take from the 1, but here I have taken 2, so put p2, put here, that is your 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6, 2 2s are 4, 5 2s are 10 plus 6, these minus 6 and plus 6, and you are getting here 0. That means on putting 2 on the polynomial px we are getting 0. That means if p2 equal to 0, that means we can see that x minus 2 is a factor. That means your x equal to 2, so it will be x minus 2 equal to 0. That means first factor you have get x minus 2. Similarly when you will put p3 you will get here 0, so another factor will be x minus 3. So these are two factor, same as you can choose any method with the help of middle term split or with the help of the factor theorem, you are getting the same answer. Okay, so factor theorem is important here. Firstly you have to check that whether the square coefficient of x square is 1 or not. If it is not 1, you will divide the whole number with the help of the number, but here it is only 1, so we have not divided it. Then possible factor of the constant term, here the constant term is your 6, so possible factor as plus 1, minus 1 and 3 and 6. One by one you will put the values in here, at which value you are getting polynomial px equal to 0, those will be your factor. On here on putting p2 and on put p3 we are getting 0, that means x minus 2 and x minus 3 are the factor of this polynomial. Which type of polynomial? Quadratic polynomial. Cubic polynomial, factorization of the cubic polynomial. Earlier we have studied about factorization of quadratic polynomial with the help of middle term split or factor theorem. Now this is your cubic polynomial, you have to factorize this one. So here we are taking one question here using factor theorem, factorize x cube, because the power is here 3, highest power degree is 3, that is your cubic polynomial. X cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. So here the power is 3. So first thing you have to take that constant term, okay, and possible factor of the constant term is your 2. Possible factor of this, possible factors of 2 is your plus minus 1, and it could be plus minus 2. That means your plus minus 1 and plus minus 2. So possible factor of 2 is only 2 here. Now check, same as you will put the values on px. Suppose this is your px polynomial, and at which value you will get 0, that will be your factor. So suppose we have taken p1. Put here 1 cube minus 2 x square, that means here 1 square, minus 1 plus 2, and 1 cube 1 and 2 in your 2, and minus 1 plus 2. Plus 2 and minus 2 get cancelled out, plus 1 and minus 1 get cancelled out, that means it is your 0. That means p1 is your 0. At when we put x equal to 1, that means it is your first factor you are getting. This is one factor you have find out. Okay, now you have to find the another 2. That means here, because 3, the highest degree is 3, so you will get the 3 factor. So this is your first polynomial, first factor. Now you have to, with the help of this, you will divide this one. That means your x minus 1 divided x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. You will divide it, and here you will get any quotient. Now it is your x cube. You need x square. So x square into x cube. X square into minus 1, it's your minus x square. Here on changing the sign, positive become negative, negative become positive, these get 2 cancel out, plus minus 2 minus 1, here nothing is there, so we will put here 1. 2 minus 1, 1, with the greater sign is minus, so your minus x square, and here minus x or plus 2. It is your minus, so here you will take the minus sign. X square, but here only x, so you will take x into x square with negative sign, x into x into 1 only x, minus minus plus. Now again changing the sign, minus become positive, positive become negative, so again these two get cancel out, minus minus plus, so this is your 2x plus 2. With this sign you will take here minus 2 is here 2, and here x power only 1, here x power 1, so no need to take here x. On multiplying this, 2 into x 2x, minus minus plus, 2 into 1 2. Again you will change the sign, this gets 0. Here it should be that remainder should always be 0. Okay, there will be no remainder will remain. So now this is your another. Now it's become your px equal to, you can write x minus 1 and this polynomial, x square minus x minus 2. It is clear? One factor you have get now, and you have to find factor for this using, you can choose any method, middle term split or factor theorem. So it will be your x square minus x minus 2. Take any 2 ones are 2, that is your minus 2x and plus x. You get here on splitting, because subtracting this you get this, and on multiplying 2x square. So here x is common, x minus 2, here plus 1 is common. If there is nothing common, so you have to choose 1. Now x minus 2 and x plus 1. So now you get 3 factor. First one is your x minus 1, second is your x minus 2, and third one is your x plus 1. As they have get the 3 factor of for this polynomial, cubic polynomial. Is it clear? We are doing one problem here, that is you have to evaluate this x plus 4 and x plus 10 with the help of using algebraic identities. Using algebraic identity. Here you have studied x plus a and x plus b equal to your x square plus a plus b x plus ab. This is your identity. Here x plus a in place of a is here 4, x plus b in place of b is here 10, simply. So it's your x plus 4, x plus 10, it become your x square, remain as it is, because in place of x same as it is x, plus a plus b, that means it is your in place of a it's your 4, in place of b it's your 10, and x remain as it is. A multiply b, that means a is your 4, b is your 10, so 4 multiply 10. Now after calculating it, 4 plus 14x, and it is your 40. So this is the type of a question with the help of the identity. One more question we can take here. You have to evaluate 105 multiply 106 without actual multiplication. Without actual multiplication. So take as, firstly break it, 100 plus 5. Same as 100 plus, it can be 6. Simply, now which identity you will use? Same identity you will use. That means your x plus a, x plus b. Why? Because it is your same x. Here x is 10. It is your x plus a and multiply x plus b. Here a is your 5, b is your 6. Okay. So identity is x square plus a plus b x plus ab. Now put the values here. Put the values x square. A plus b, that means 5 plus 6. And here x. X square, that means your 100 square. Because x is here now 100. So 100 square plus 5 plus 6. In place of x, you will put here 100 square plus 5 plus 6. And in place of this 100 and a multiply b, that means 5 multiply 6. 5 6 are 30. Simplified, 1 2 3 4 0 will be, because square, plus 5 plus 11 and 11 multiplied when it's become your 11 1100 and it is your 30. Now after simplification this you will get here which value? Add these 1 1 1 3 0. That means your 11,130. Without multiply, you have done this with the help of using the identity. So identities are the important. So firstly you have to remember